Welcome back to the woods, y'all. It's the Mayor of Steelhead here. We got a fun one on our hands today. This week, we're taking a break from the lower property. We're going to tackle something that is never ending, and that's deadfall. I'm going to get up there today with my dog, my chainsaws, and we're going to get after it. Before we bust out the saws, here's a couple quick facts about this forest. Since the 40s, there has been tons of logging in this area. There are way too many of these cut blocks in our surrounding zone, and finally, a couple years ago, they've dialed this back a little bit at least. Our property is mostly covered with western red cedar, we've got black alders, and we've got big leaf maples. This area gets a shit ton of rain. We're pretty high up here at 900 feet elevation. We get some snow in the winter, which is welcome because not all of British Columbia feels all of the seasons. We love it. It's super cozy up here and peaceful. But that's enough rambling. Let's get to it. This is a pretty straightforward process, obviously a bit of a hunter-gatherer situation. Man pick up stick, man throw stick. The end game here is to throw them into two different piles. Everything under 4 inches, and then a second pile for everything above 4 inches in diameter, or just too rotted to go through the chipper. Everything under 4 inches, I'm gonna huck that through the chipper, and those are gonna be put to good use on expanding one of our paths. Through the joys of editing, that looked like a pretty easy job, but to be honest, it took a hell of a long time. Here we are, finally getting ready to load the truck with some of that bigger stuff. It'll be off to the landfill and put into the compost or chipped up. This is a fairly new truck, so I'm trying to be relatively ginger with this, but also at the same time, I only want to make one trip, so I'm going to stack these logs in a nice way for maximum efficiency. Unhooking this backhoe is really straightforward, and I gotta say, I know nothing about tractors really, but it's very impressive this whole thing runs on one hydraulic line. The wood chipper, however, is a little bit more difficult, so I'm just gonna skip filming those parts. Surprise, surprise. Time to move some more sticks. Shout out to my dad for buying this wood chipper for us a couple years ago, and shout out to the fine Canadian company of Wallenstein for manufacturing such a fine unit. I was able to take advantage of some child labor for a few of the loads down to the path. What a great little helper this guy is. This chipper works extremely well. It prefers the larger stuff, and honestly it just like rips them apart so nicely. Once you get into skinnier or green long tangly sticks, it does get clogged up. But once you learn the limitations and what kind of products it likes, and also when to read the signals so you can give it a chance to catch up, it's easy peasy. I'm super stoked to finally be on the last stage of this project. This was an incredible amount of work. I seriously lost 5 pounds in the last 4 days. I call this whole procedure from forest to forest floor. It's a hilarious amount of ironic work to just drag all of this shit out of the woods and then just plop it back down in a neater way. It's very satisfying. It absolutely looks great, and it just makes walking through our woods so much easier. Speaking of satisfying, take a look at this little before and after. We absolutely need to get back up there and just get the last of the small sticks, but this looks pretty good. We'll see in the future if I decide to be a masochist or not and go up there and clean more of this. I think this is a really good start, and visually it just looks so much better.